it doesn't go out publicly, and is really for the benefit of the guest speaker, and also Emily, the guest singer. Are you using any of this, Emily, with your kids and stuff?
No, not yet. No, I haven't. I
You can
haven't.
cut your bit out, you see, and just
Yeah,
like,
I should. I know I should, but yeah, no, I haven't yet. I haven't yet. I'm not really sure where I put it yet, but
all
um,
right, okay. Or if you want me to do the hard work, I can just cut that bit out and send that. Or you, what?
okay.
Anyway, so for the people that are new here, I'm just going to explain how it works. We do this in partnership with 𝗏𝗏𝗏. So if you think, what's 𝗏𝗏𝗏? Typically we have a representative from 𝗏𝗏𝗏 here as well. So we have Victoria, right? So she'll just say a few words about 𝗏𝗏𝗏. This is open to anyone. You don't have to be on 𝗏𝗏𝗏, but if you are an entrepreneur and you want to join, then you're more than welcome to do that. And Victoria will explain how that works. Every week we have a guest, a featured business, and the featured business can be any kind of business. So we don't restrict to any particular type. It's completely open, and even if you don't have a business but are an entrepreneur or contemplating a business, or you just want to let people know who you are, that's also not a problem either. We've had a number of different startups recently, lots of different guests, all sorts of diverse people. So great fun to join every week, and it's a one hour show which will extend to 1 hour 15 minutes, so you can have some chit chat before. So I'll advertise that on future events and make one link as well to make it easier. So anyone can be a featured business. So if you want to be one, then you can. Some people on here haven't yet and are already signed up to be one, and others have been a featured business, and I'll have to record in some way if you want me to dig out that and find it for you. So every week we kick this off with a song. So Emily is our singer, and she either does it alone or she does it with other friends that sing or play instruments. So we've had all sorts. She even did it with a camp of kids, or actually the kids sang on a previous one. So Emily, to kick this off, before we go into our guest, so if you can kick this off with just maybe explain a little bit about you, uh, the song, then we'll jump to Victoria quickly to tell you about 𝗏𝗏𝗏, and then we go into our featured guest. Okay, Emily, over to you.
Okay. So hi everyone. I think I recognize all of you now. So I have a business here in Switzerland teaching children music and doing holiday camps and birthday parties. But I'm also a musician, and finally I will actually put a link on 𝗏𝗏𝗏. I haven't done that yet, but I will today.
I'll just share it here in the chat, and then I will copy it across.
Okay, okay. I will do that. So I'm gonna sing a song today called Driver's License. It's a song that I know it's been out for a little while, but I only heard it recently and I really, really like it. So I learned it quickly for today.
Excellent. So we'll just go on mute just in case we disturb anything, and I don't want you to hear my kids in the background, so I'll be on mute as well.
Okay, give me a thumbs up if You said forever, now I drive alone past your street.
Bravo. Excellent.
That was beautiful, Emily.
Thank you.
Yeah, if you've just learnt that, that's really good.
It went so the song goes really well with your voice.
It's really high actually, which is quite
It's
unusual.
really high.
But that's nice for me because I have a very high voice, so I struggle to sing pop songs. I have to put them up, like transpose it up. I don't know if you're a musician, but you can like make the song go higher in the key. But this one I definitely didn't need to.
No, it was amazing. It went really well with your voice, and you did it really well.
Have you been in these silent rooms where they made the recordings for the...
Say that again, sorry.
Have you been in silent room? This is a room where there's no echo and they made recordings for the singers for...
Yeah,
in the past it was to play. No?
No, I haven't. No.
It's amazing. It's you need to check it out.
Yeah, okay.
When
Anyway.
you say, there is no echo, it's very interesting experience.
Right.
Anyway, Emily, that was beautiful. Once again. So Emily sings a different song every week. So if you just share your information and how people can connect with you as well in the chat, and then I'll copy that across also to 𝗬𝗏𝗧. So just before we go into Lily, Victoria, right? If you could just say a few words about 𝗬𝗏𝗧, and then we'll get going.
Yes, I'm going to keep it short. So what is 𝗬𝗏𝗧? 𝗬𝗏𝗧 is an all-in-one platform for entrepreneurs to connect and collaborate. And why are we different from other platforms? Is because we're based on trust and collaboration. Nowadays, we see there's a lack of these values in general in any social media and in just human connections. So we want to bring entrepreneurs on one platform and help them connect with other people and other relevant resources to help their projects move forward, because we believe that entrepreneurship is the future of work. So if you want an invite, I think James is gonna do that.
Yeah, I can send a link in the chat, so then you can join. If you want to join, of course. There's no obligation. If you do, there's lots of different events that we do there, and you can see them when you're in there. Right. Okay, so over to our guest. So thanks, Victoria. So our guest, 𝗬𝗢𝗪𝗏.
Yes.
Okay, so you are our 42nd guest. Right, so that magical number, actually 42, because that's the meaning of life.
Is it?
42. If you know the movie, of course, The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, then the answer to
I saw
everything.
that, I don't remember anything about the number 42.
So the answer to everything is 42. So you have the answers to everything.
I do.
You do. Right, excellent.
Right. From above.
Right. So exactly. So right. So how this works for the new people? So 𝗦𝗘𝗏𝗏𝗏, who's just joined from the Netherlands. He was a guest previously as well. So how this works is basically I'll steer the conversation for the first 20-30 minutes or so, and then so we just stay on mute, and then after that we come off mute, and then you can ask questions, make it very interactive. And unless there's anything, Lily, you want to ask the audience as you go through, then that's entirely up to you, and then you can ask the question and they can interact. But at the moment we'll just keep it like that, otherwise we get sidetracked and we never actually complete kind of the story, because we go off on a tangent on something else. So this is the best way to kind of do that. So how we do this, we want to know about Lily. Who is Lily? And then then we'll transition at some point into the business, what you do now, kind of what you're doing in the business, the challenges that you face, how we can help as a community, and so on. But before we get there, let us know a little bit about you and where you're from. So let's just take you back to your childhood, basically, and tell us a bit about you.
Okay, well, thank you, James. Hi, everyone. My name is Lily. I am half Swiss, half Vietnamese. My father is from Valais in Switzerland, and my mother is Vietnamese from the center of Vietnam. And after they got married, my dad moved to Vietnam and he was working there for a Swiss company. So I grew up in my own country as an expat. And I've had both education from the Vietnamese school to the French international school. It was very interesting. So I did my entire high school schooling in Asia because I finished high school in Bangkok before moving back to Switzerland. After 15 years, my father was just tired of Asia, so he needed to go back and find the mountains in Valais. And so we moved back in 2008 with my family. I was working in different industries for 3 years.
Just before we get to the jobs and things,
Yeah.
so you have brothers, sisters, siblings?
I have 2 older brothers and a little sister. My brothers still live in Vietnam, and my sister moved to Canada with her boyfriend in 2019, right before COVID.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
And your
been almost 2 years that I haven't seen my siblings.
Wow. And because of the restrictions on travel.
Exactly. So we booked a trip to Canada last year in May to celebrate my mom's 60th birthday together, and in the end, we just had to cancel it.
Terrible. Yeah, I guess that's affecting most people as well, because we've got family in Brazil and the UK, which we can't visit at the moment. So then you stayed in the Valais region. So, I mean, just tell people a bit about the Valais region if they don't know about Switzerland.
So if you don't know about Switzerland, Valais is this state, this canton in Switzerland, where you will find great wine. It's always sunny, almost always sunny. People are very territorial in the Valais. It's they love one another. It's a big community. Everybody, things go under the table. Everybody's helping out one another, but it stays between the Valaisans. If you come from another city or if you come from another canton, it's a bit complicated to fit in. But usually a lot of people, for example, and now I live in Geneva, so a lot of people from Geneva would have their chalet in the Valais because that's where you would go for skiing. I hope you know the Matterhorn, that mountain that you see on Toblerones. That's in Valais. A lot of people would go there for skiing. I also live nearby a ski slope, a ski station, but unfortunately I'm not a good skier. I'm usually generally a confident person, but the only moment when I really wish no one was around to see me or that I don't want to go bump into anybody that I know is when I'm on the ski slopes.
Wow. You should come here because, I mean, I'm teaching the kids skiing.
I would love to. But I'm an embarrassment, even for children. I'm just an embarrassment in general. When I'm on the skis, I don't even embarrass myself. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah, but we picked some really great slopes here that are very child friendly or beginner friendly.
The green ones, no, is it the blue ones?
Well, blue. Blue. Well, green would be like walking,
Yeah.
but I mean, blue.
I
Yeah.
managed to fall even when it's flat, so I don't understand it.
Okay, but as a child, you grew up in Vietnam, though. So
Yes.
you weren't really exposed to skiing like a typical Swiss kid would be.
No,
So,
I went to school in Vietnam, so I never had the ski camps. We only came back to Switzerland for Easter or the summer, sometimes Christmas, but not that much because in Vietnam you don't really celebrate Christmas. So my dad wouldn't have holidays during Christmas time. So yeah, when I came back here, I was already almost 18, and I just had to work, so I didn't have any chance to learn to ski until I was 28.
so for languages, you speak multiple languages then?
Yes, I speak French and Vietnamese as my mother tongues, and I speak English, Italian, German. I used to speak Thai when I lived in Bangkok.
Wow.
Unfortunately, that went out of the window.
Wow, German as well, because typically if you live in the French-speaking part, you don't speak German. You speak French, but not
Yeah, well, when I was in high school, I took 2 years of German and I had to catch up on my friends who were already at their third year. So they did their third and fourth year when I started my first and second year of German. So I had to work a lot on that. And we had a lovely German teacher. He came from Munich, I think. And he was young and he played guitar and he just made us sing and he made us all dream. And yeah, that's how I learned German.
Right. So let's just move on to some of the things that you like. So, uh, about your marital status, you're married with 3 kids, I believe.
Yes, where are my kids? No, I'm not married. Maybe I will have children someday. We'll see. Right now, I'm trying to take care of plants, and that's not a success. Most of my flowers just die on me,
All right.
and I live
So,
on my own.
okay, but you have a partner.
I have a partner. I have a boyfriend, who's from Geneva as well.
Okay. And he's Swiss?
He's Swiss. Well, he was born and raised in Geneva, but he's half German, half Spanish.
All right. Okay. Another combination.
Another combination, yes.
Yeah, I like these combinations. So, a little bit about your hobbies and things as a kid. So, I mean, you love doing, you tell us.
So I'm in general, I just love everything. I bet I'm just excited about everything. But in my everyday life, I love reading, I love cooking. I do a lot of yoga. I'm a certified yoga teacher myself. And I love networking. I just love meeting new people. I love food. So I'm hosting a lot of dinners and I'm always cooking with friends, doing a lot of brunches.
And
And yeah.
yeah, so you love cooking for friends. I mean, when we spoke earlier, you said that 4 out of 7 days of the week you want to socialize and have dinners. Now, either
Yeah.
at your place or their place, but you love the socializing and cooking.
Yes. Yes. Usually I would just invite myself over my friend's place and just
But
come with
you do the cooking at their place.
yeah,
So you invite everyone for dinner at your friend's place, and you do the cooking.
exactly.
Yeah, okay. You can.
Yeah,
I'll invite you
exactly. I'm
here
just
then.
like, hey James, are you available at 7? All right, I'm coming. And by the way, six other more people are coming and I'm cooking.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to invite you here, right, to cook for the family, right? I'll sit and watch TV,
Lovely.
right? Put my
I'm
feet
really
up.
great with kids on top of that. So
Yeah, you said, I mean, when you were young, you more socialized more with adults, and then as you got older, you've reversed that, so you socialize more with kids.
I love socializing with kids. It's so refreshing because they just they just see everything with such surprise and it's I just wish I could see the world through their eyes still sometimes because everything seems so much simpler. Everything is new. They're just excited about everything.
I think that that could be the good title of a book,
Yeah.
right? Seeing the world through the eyes of a child.
Yeah, I think it could be great. I think we should all learn how to be children again.
Oh, I do every day. Yeah, did I share with you my interactive bedtime storytelling?
Yes, you did.
Oh, okay. Well, we digress. Anyway, about you. So, you love children, and also you're a painter.
Yes, I do paint.
What kind
You
of
can't see my
painter?
paintings, but those are my paintings.
Yeah,
I'm decorating my flat only with my paintings and my drawings. Uh,
I did painting when I was a kid. You know, you could buy those colour by numbers, and then you just fill in
yes,
the number. You just colour it in. Yeah.
that's a
It,
great exercise.
yeah, it was good because you couldn't go over the line because you'd be in the other colour, right? So you had
Mhm.
to make
Mhm.
sure. It looked quite good. I thought I was a good artist, but I mean, you do proper painting,
I try. I'm not that good, but I try.
but kind of what things? I mean, scenery or apples and
It
things.
could be anything. I've done scenery. I have like here I have Frida with me.
Wow.
I like warm and thank you. Spring colors.
But you did an
Uh,
art class for that or something.
I go to an atelier, a workshop, and there's a teacher there. But basically, you're just it's good because like she's not teaching you how to do it, but she's giving you like her point of view. So she's teaching me how to like mix the colors because it's all oil painting. How to
You
get the
don't.
colors right. Yeah.
You don't do nude model painting.
I've done a lot of nude drawing.
Nude
I was
drawings.
actually quite good at that. Yes, because I used to go to an art school in Lyon, and there were these nude drawing classes. So in 1 minute you have to draw the nude model in that position. And I just found that the whole book of all my drawings the other day after 10 years, it was just like buried in my stuff. And I found it and I was like, wow, I was actually quite good at this.
At the nude ones.
At the nude ones.
Yeah. Did you exaggerate a bit on the drawing?
Not at all.
Oh, okay.
Somehow I was always at the back of the person. I didn't see the front.
Yeah. I can imagine me doing it, but we would digress too much if I start talking about that. But anyway, so let's move on. So you experienced a number of different jobs and not such a good experience in these jobs. So can you share a bit about like when you did leave school and you went to study and then went into work?
Yeah. So I studied at the 𝗘𝗔𝗖𝗛𝗪 de Lausanne, the hotel business school in Lausanne, and before that I was working for 3 years until 2011. So I graduated in 2015, and I stayed in school to work for 1 year to pay back my student loan. And then I started working in 2016, I think, at Philip Morris in Lausanne, and it was an amazing experience. I learned a lot. It was when IQOS was being launched. So I don't know if any of you is smoker. IQOS is their new tobacco product. So we launched that in the Swiss French part, and I overworked myself for more than 2 years. I did, I think, 12 to 15 hours easily every day. I got a burnout after 2.5 years. It was quite tough because I just spent time at work. That was my only priority. I didn't have anything else, and I considered that I didn't have anything else important enough next to work to like actually spend time on. So I just wanted to work every single time that I had free time. So in 2019 I had a burnout and I just went traveling.
So kind of what happened? I mean, when you have a burnout at work, you have to take some time off or something, or you go to a doctor and they sign you off for a year and say go and travel, or how does it?
Usually that's what happens, but I got to a point in my life where I just wanted change. I just could not take it anymore. I did not want to stay there anymore. I just wanted to leave. So it was not only about work. Usually a burnout is an emotional burnout, and it comes from every single thing, every single aspect in your life. And my personal life was falling apart. My relationship was falling apart. Work was just too much pressure on me. So I just broke. The string just broke. And at that point, I did not want to see a doctor. I did not want to see anybody. I just wanted to disconnect. I just wanted to heal myself from an environment that was neutral. So I just took my stuff. I left. I went to India. I did my yoga teacher certification, and then I went traveling around Asia and India, Sri Lanka for about 6 months until I came back to Switzerland. And then I kept traveling for 2 more months in Europe, in Greece, Poland, and all that. And then
You did this alone?
I did that solo. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I went through India alone, and to be honest, to have done that, if you ladies haven't done that yet, don't.
You don't?
Just don't. It was not an experience that I enjoyed. India is not a place for women to travel alone. I went to Rishikesh, which is the yoga center of the world, which is okay. Like you live in a bubble, but the rest of India is just everything that you can imagine. I had like extremely surprising experiences. I just got left in the middle of the streets in New Delhi at 4 a.m. by a taxi driver because it was horrible, and it's hot, and it's just the food just gets you sick. Everybody gets sick in India. I was there for 5 weeks. I was sick 4 weeks out of the 5 weeks, so it was just not a good experience. But I learned a lot, and I actually with funnily enough, like I've been to India 5 times because when I was working at Philip Morris, I did a social engagement, and our team of developers lived in India, so I was sent in India from time to time to connect with the teams. But yeah.
So just backtracking to Philip Morris, you were a project manager responsible for what in particular?
So I worked in project management. Unfortunately, I was not a manager, but first I was coordinating the launch of ICOS in the Swiss French part. So there were ambassadors of ICOS of the brand who were going to acquire clients, and I was coordinating that and coordinating the reporting and all that. And then I was being moved to the international team where I was opening boutiques of ICOS all around the world, actually. So I traveled a little bit thanks to that too, like opening boutiques. And then after that, I was sent into the digital department to launch like social platforms to help customers connect with customer service through social media. So we were just designing the whole process, and then we have the programmers who would like create the platforms and create the chatbots and create everything.
Okay, because you mentioned to me, yeah, you didn't believe in the ethics of Philip Morris either.
So yeah, the reason I could not go back to Philip Morris was also because when I had an amazing manager, I had amazing teams, and when I told them I wanted to leave, they were just so surprised, and they said, "No, you're not leaving. So we're offering you like possibilities to work remotely, or you can take 6 months off and come back, and you still have your spot in the team." I just could not see myself go back because first off, I'm not a smoker. I've always been very healthy. I believe in wellness. I believe in, all of this. And it's just for me working for a product that is tobacco, encouraging people to smoke and being in this environment where I'm actually creating a platform to facilitate customers, people who want to smoke and who have a broken cigarette and need to have them replaced. It's just encouraging people to smoke was just not the mission that I wanted to deliver in life. And it's a big corporate, like it's a big multinational. It's very competitive. And as a person in general, I'm not competitive. I want to bring people together, instead of like stepping on other people's foot to actually get myself up, So
Okay.
usually
Anyway,
in such environments, you have to be able to step on others sometimes to get yourself ahead.
Exactly. So anyway, let's move away from Philip Morris because I don't believe in what they do either. But we could talk about this all day. So let's move forward. So then, where did you go after that? After you went traveling the world, and then you came back to Switzerland. What happened? What happened next?
So I came back to Switzerland, and then in the summer I met this person, and he was actually recruiting for his company that was a recruitment company. And the project sounded lovely because it was a very small company, and they were developing, and they were just a small team of 3 people. And it was recruiting for banking, private banking, and legal. And then we were talking about, like just bringing the team to Zurich as well, developing the company. So I was like, yeah, why not? Actually, I wasn't looking for a job, but it looked amazing, and I had a very good connection with the person. So I was like, why not? Let's just hop on this adventure. So I started working there in November 2019. And well, little did I know he was not actually such a amazing person, because when I arrived, like 2 people left because of the conflicts that they had with him, but I did not know, and nobody actually told me that. And so we recruited 2 more people, and then as time goes, it was just like our relationship became more and more complicated because he did not let me do my work. There was a lot of micromanagement. There was a lot of just mobbing and mental harassment all the time. I would get phone calls at 8 a.m. I would get like messages at 10:30 p.m. And it got to a point where I just could not work in the same environment anymore. We tried to talk about that. I tried to bring that to our director, but he was based in Belgium, and the only answer that I got from him was, I have full trust in this guy. So he decides he's been named manager of the Geneva office, and that's it. So because I couldn't work things out with my manager, things became even worse between us, because then he got, I think he got like this kind of anger that got built up. So it was just not possible for me to work there anymore, and I left the company in March 2020, and I told them the truth. I told them how that made me feel. I told them what was not working. And though I was trying to have a conversation and I was trying to be very honest about it without putting blame or without victimizing myself in the situation, there was no positive response to that. So I just left.
And the previous people that left was for similar reasons.
For similar reasons. And the people that left after me were also for similar reasons.
And the guy couldn't see that.
And the guy, I came across him last summer, and he apologized, and then he tried to recruit me back in the company twice. I just can't go back, right? And he tried to apologize. I don't know if he actually means it. I appreciated that he did, and I told him it's water under the bridge now, but us working together again might not be a possibility.
So basically, it was emotional abuse, personal harassment, bullying.
Yes, a lot of bullying.
Okay. So not a good experience. So let's quickly move on from that one then. So where did you go next?
So after that, I did my ICF certification to become a coach. And that's the International Coaching Federation certification. Because I was done. I thought now this is the best time for me. It was also the beginning of COVID. And I had always wanted to do this in combination with my yoga teaching. And then my dad got sick, very unfortunately. And in the summer, he was not going to make it. And we had calls where he told me, it's good. It would be good if you had a job. Maybe I would need your help later on. And so just, it was coincidence. I ran into the CEO of this company who offered me a job with good conditions. And I was like, yes, why not? Like, I just need a job right now, apparently. So I'll do this. And so I started in this company. And the day I arrived, my CEO left. The CEO that I met left from a burnout. Never heard from him again. All of the projects that we were talking about never happened. I was found in a team where people just could not get along with me. They decided to go against me in everything that I do. There was a lot of backstabbing. There was a lot of lies. There was a lot of, just, I don't know what happened there. That was the very first time that it happened to me. So very shortly after that, when my dad got better, I just decided that there was absolutely no reason for me to stay. And then I had already started doing coaching on the side. So I thought, now I cannot give, I do not have any other reason to stay in the corporate world, to keep doing this, to keep fighting for no reason, and to be bumping into people who are so demeaning, So I just left. So I left in February, and since a month, I'm now working full-time on my coaching.
Did you ever think at the time that, I've had a burnout in one company, I've had been kind of mobbing in another, and now this in this company, don't you sometimes think that, is it me? Or is it just a coincidental that it's bad companies that you've worked for?
Yeah, it was very hard because I did take it on me for a long time. I just thought I was the problem. I thought maybe I'm doing something wrong. So I just kept trying to fix things. But the more I tried, the more I was perceived weak. Mm-hmm. Because later on, I realized it was not me. I was just, I don't know, somehow maybe life put me there to learn my lesson, to tell me that it is time and there's no reason for me to go back into the corporate world. But I took it on me for a long time. I just thought it was me.
But maybe that was kind of your turning point into what you're doing now. So we'll just jump forward to that now. So with what you're doing, is actually maybe a reflection of what you've experienced, and that's just coming out.
Yeah, exactly. So now in my coaching, I talk about emotional resilience, and it is something that I absolutely resonate with, because I had to build up my emotional resilience all the way through, you know, like not even just at Philip Morris, but also before my studies and during my studies. I had worked for 3 years to put enough money on the side to pay for my studies. I worked for 4 years throughout my studies to be able to pay for the tuition, to pay for my life, and just fight to be recognized in that network of high profile kids. And then after going through a burnout and after being mobbed and being bullied for years, this is something that I really really resonate with, and I take at heart. And I just want to be able to help people to do the same. I want to help people to build up their resilience and to prevent from going through a burnout, because if there's something that I can say about it, is that it does not take you 2 weeks to get out of it. It's not a holiday in Maldives for 2 weeks that will get you out of burnout. It takes a year, 6 months, and even sometimes even many more years if you don't realize that you're going through it, to actually get out of it.
Okay, so now you're 100% focused on that now. You've done the ICF coaching, you've got the certificate for that.
Yes.
So, and also from your own personal experience.
Yeah.
And now you're focusing on helping other people that are going through something similar.
Yes.
Right. So you're very new to that. So this is new, very new, as in you've got clients, or you're looking for clients?
I'm constantly looking for clients, right? But I'm very happy because I've only started this business a month ago, and I've already signed 7 clients this month. So I'm really happy that the business took off quite early, and of course I'm still acquiring clients, and I'm still looking for ways to get more leads. I know that I have to work a lot more on my network and leveraging LinkedIn, for example, and it is something that I need to learn on the way. And that is the part that I find the most difficult.
Okay. So at the moment, you need to create that visibility. So I say there's kind of 4 things that you need to create. So visibility, you've got to be found. Then when you're found, it's the credibility. You've got the credibility already. You've got the certificate, you've got experience and everything else. Although you're new, you've still got this credibility there. Then authenticity, and you're displaying that in what you say and how I feel. I mean, in your stories and everything else, very authentic. And the last thing is trust. Would I trust working with you? And yeah, my feeling is yes. But then this is what you've got to show to others, because people will be looking at that. So you need gaining visibility, obviously, through this program. You're gaining visibility, so people get to know you, people will connect with you, and people will share their stories with you and want to discuss things with you afterwards. Also, just by putting the post out, excuse me, got the kids behind. Right. By putting the post out, I mean, you've got some visibility there on LinkedIn, and I saw the comments and everything on that as well. But visibility is one thing. You still need to create clients from that. But you're moving in the right direction. So I want to use this opportunity now, with the time that we've got left, to open it up to the audience, to maybe you ask the audience any questions, or if they've got any questions to you that they want to ask.
Yeah. So I would like to start with one question, maybe. So does any of you have to go through self-branding, or what are the best tips that you have today, apart from the ones that James already gave me, when it comes to self-branding and visibility?
If I can step in.
Yes.
Yeah, I think nowadays digital is the new normal, right? So you really have to make the use of the tools online and everything that they offer. Of course, you already mentioned LinkedIn, and that's a great place for coaches to grow their network, and, as James mentioned, also put out content. I think it's really important to create content and use that as your promotion tool, because you can gain credibility by posting some tips or some experiences of yours. And that's going to build up your credibility, and other people are going to find you, so I think that's one really big part of it, is the content you put out. And it doesn't have to be super long or something like that, but just sharing what you've been through, like you did right now, this could be a series of I don't know, 5 posts of stories of Lily, you know, and why, yeah, how can I help you now, or
Thank
something,
you.
how I'm helping people. So I think
Yeah.
that would be great.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Because when you post things, you're not selling all the time. A lot of the time, you're bringing value. People want to see value because they want that connection first. So you're bringing 80% is bringing value, value, value. And then if they can resonate with that and it touches them, then you're building up that connection, that emotional connection as well. And people buy typically through an emotional connection.
Yeah.
Right. But yeah, Mr. Toos.
Yeah, I can add to that it's also very important for your content that you're putting out, is that you know who your clients are.
Mhm.
So who do you want to help? I mean, you can do some marketing until you weigh 1,000 kilos, as we would say in the Netherlands. But then you won't reach your target audience. So you have to find out first what is your target audience, and that can be done through social media by putting on some post and trying to find out who is reacting to your post. But it's very important to find out who is your target audience.
Yeah. By the way, you are all welcome to join my free keynote presentation about emotional resilience, about beating procrastination and how to fight all your fears and anxieties whenever. I can send you a link for the next one. But when I talk about emotional resilience, like, what does it evoke to you?
Yes. Sorry, say that again?
When I talk about emotional resilience, what
Yeah.
does it ring any bell to you? Does it like, is it something that,
No,
how do
absolutely.
you perceive emotional resilience?
Yeah, I think that.
Can you give an example?
Yeah, go on.
If I can give an example.
Yeah.
About so actually my question is simply, when I say emotional resilience, what do you hear? Like, how do you perceive it? Like, does it say anything to you? Does it?
Yeah. So maybe I'll just jump in, because it was funny enough. I listened to not that I'm a fan of it, but I listened to a Crowd House talk about exactly that yesterday, and they said, like, a lot of us, that we're all going through kind of a disturbance at the moment with Corona and losing jobs or whatever it may be. So building up that emotional resilience means that you have to think, I mean, it's not just a physical thing, it's also like getting your mind set right. Because if your mind isn't right, then everything is going to be a challenge, and you're going to absorb all that negativity, and you're going to feed on kind of the negative side rather than the positive. And therefore, kind of that emotional resilience is something that we all should take into consideration. And everyone's got a different tipping point when it comes to that as well. So something that might be something minor to someone could be a major thing for someone else. So how do you address that? How do you cope with that? And everyone's got a different level of cope. So it was a good discussion on that. So for me personally, I have these challenges every day. I mean, there's so many things that you can take with the kids as well. Before you've got 101 things to do, and then the kids banging on the door, and then it's kind of your own personal tipping point.
Yeah.
And how do you deal with it?
Yeah.
I mean, that's from my experience. I mean, it'd be good to hear from others. What do you see it as?
Yeah, Emily writing something in here.
Emily, emotional resilience.
Being strong-minded and being able to bounce back from setbacks or see
Yeah,
it ending.
exactly.
Yeah, well, exactly, that's that. And when I talk about emotional resilience, it's not only about, yes, it is about being strong-minded, but how can we be strong-minded? You know, it's not about suppressing your emotions or your anxieties. It's not about saying I'm frustrated, so I'm weak. No, it's about how can I navigate with these moments where I'm feeling super frustrated, extremely anxious, but how can I still navigate with it to not ruin my day, to not ruin my projects? And if you come to my webinar, you will see I talk a lot about procrastination, and that's the main theme. Because we procrastinate through life. There are so many things that we want to bring about in life. There are so many things we want to do. Or when you start the year and you say, this is my resolution for 2021, and it turns out you haven't done it. So, you know, the fact that you keep pushing back all the things that you want to do, the fact that you keep delaying, you know, mañana is the busiest day of the week. So it's always mañana. Even if it comes to taking out the trash. Well, why is that? It's sometimes, you know, you say, oh, because my project, it's too big, and I'm too afraid to fail, or there's always a reason, there's always an excuse. And then once you've made those excuses, you start to blame. And then when you blame yourself, no, you don't blame yourself. When you start to blame, you blame other people, you blame the government, you blame the weather, you blame your partners. And then all of a sudden we're caught into this failure cycle.
It's very true. I went through that just last week, actually. I had my tax returns to do, you see. And I've been putting it off, and I wait until the last minute and still put it off. And then I've got the deadline. I think, I hate doing that. I really... And people say, you can't use that word hate. I say, well, really... Which is another story, a very funny story, actually. The more time that you use a negative word, think of your bank balance. Every time you say a negative word, you lose $100 or something. 100 euros goes out. And how much money would you have at the end of the day? I'd be negative, right? They'd have no money in there. So you don't say, I hate it. You say, it's not a pleasant thing to do, right? Or something like that. So you're not saying you hate it. But anyway, I put it off until it got so much pressure on me. I had to do it, and then I had other things to do, and it was a really busy time. I thought, I can't cope with it, and it really, really got me down last week, and I wasn't feeling good about it. But when I've done it, I'm thinking, oh, why didn't I just get it done earlier?
Exactly.
Get the horrible jobs out of the way, and then you don't dwell on the horrible things. You can focus on the positive things.
Yeah. Exactly. And procrastination has that very bad effect on your emotional state, because when you keep pushing back something, it becomes a monster.
It was.
It becomes a monster. It gets you frustrated. It gets you anxious. And when we talk about bigger things like in career and in your normal life, it can give you a depression, you know, because of this anxiety. And studies have shown that it is completely linked to depression, and it can lead to an emotional burnout. And we can prevent from this simply by getting things done, and by overcoming like all of these barriers, all of these moments when, you know, like you just have this downturn and you feel, oh, this is annoying, I don't want to be doing this right now, and you always prioritize something else. But actually, if you had set your mind differently, you can get it done in no time.
I could have.
Yeah.
But I procrastinated. I put it off because I didn't like to do it.
Yeah.
And then I wanted to do the things I did like to do. But then always in the back of my mind, I thought, I've got to do that. And I held that for months.
Yeah.
Always in the back of my mind. If I just got it and done it, I wouldn't have that hanging on there.
Yeah. Yeah. So you know, building up your emotional resilience is also fighting these moments when you're just telling yourself, I hate doing this and I'm not gonna.
I did.
And that's also you interrupting in your.
I was blaming the government. I said, what did they want these for anyway?
You're not getting the government and the administrative system.
Sorry, what was that, Kurt?
You're not getting any money back from the.
No. I normally owe them money. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I understand.
Yeah. That's why I don't like looking in the mailbox, because it's always a bill. Right. But anyway, so you are doing a webinar. When is the webinar?
I am doing one on Monday. I think it's Monday evening. I usually do it at 12:30 because that's the time when most people can participate during the lunchtime.
Mm-hmm.
And I think next week I'm doing, I don't remember exactly. I think it's Monday at lunchtime and Tuesday evening.
Yeah. Can you share the links here for people that aren't on Entnest, that they're not going to find that?
Yes.
So if you share it here, And then for the ones that are in 𝗏𝗏est, I just copy these over.
Yes, absolutely.
Right. And this is just you doing it? I mean, it's just your webinar, you're doing it with other people?
It's just me.
All right.
It's just me doing this keynote presentation about that that theme, so procrastination.
Okay.
And how to beat procrastination, how to overcome all of your mental barriers, why you're not moving forward in life. And then I introduce my coaching program and how I help people with overcoming all of these mental barriers that we would be talking about, and how they can prevent from, you know, even emotional burnouts.
Excellent. And you do, as you said, you do a program, so you have a number of different programs as well, focusing on different things. So one would be, I guess, procrastination or whatever. I mean, what do you cover?
So I've signed up to this community called the Life in Balance Careers. And I'm delivering their program that has been proven to be successful with thousands of customers all around the globe. And the reason for which I signed up to Life in Balance Careers is because I met my mentor and I told her what I wanted to do. I told her that I wanted to work on emotional resilience, and I want to help people get things done, and I want them to overcome any mental barriers that they have. And they have this program
why in particular that emotional resilience? Is it because of what you experienced?
Because of my own experience.
Okay. All right. So that it resonated more with you.
It resonated with me. I could have become a wellness coach and teach people about nutrition and yoga. But that's a passion. That's my everyday life. But I want to bring more into some people's lives. You know, I want to help them really bring a real change. And I want to help people overcome challenges, like proper real life challenge, so that it can be more beneficial for them than simply changing their diet for 3 months or doing more yoga every morning, which is also good, but that must be complementary with everything that you do.
Yeah, I was thinking you could blend it all into, because we probably need a bit of everything. We probably need, because we sit down all day, that we're not moving, so we need some yoga, right? We need a healthy, balanced diet. So, and I know that you cook, so you could come round here, cook for us, right? Give us some yoga lessons, and then help me with my tax returns and give me some positive vibes that I don't
exactly.
But I think everybody needs that, right?
Yes.
Because we're all suffering from one thing or another, and sitting at home all day long doesn't help you either.
Exactly.
So you could do a kind of, you pop round to people's house, you can say, I'll do the cooking as well. And you do a program, right? You get paid for it, of course.
It's very funny because, like, my network, you know, usually your network is not the one who's going to be bringing you money, right? But my network has witnessed this with me for years. So when I jumped off and I say, I'm going to become a coach and I can bring this, everybody believed me because they had already asked me to become their cheerleader and their ambassador for a healthy life. And everybody has already asked me to give them yoga lessons and teach them how to cook healthy. And now I'm going to teach them something more. I'm going to teach them how to become productive every single day in their life and not feel down anymore.
You should package it into your own personal thing, right? Because I think all of it goes together. Because I might be great, and I might have overcome kind of the emotional resilience and whatever, and be able to handle that, be more positive. But I'm sitting on my ass all day long doing nothing, and therefore I'm deteriorating in health and fitness. And so I think that all of it goes together. So you could package it up into something that's completely you, rather than, I mean, I never like taking things from someone else. I like to be unique.
Yeah. So the thing is, I have started with this because it gave me kind of like a fil rouge, you know, to have a program that was set there. But actually, how I design it with the clients is still very personal. What we talk about, I use it with my clients. So it becomes something that is very customized. And I also incorporate yoga and everything in there as a tool to help them when they need relaxation exercises. And I've also created this Lady Boss Club, which also includes a small coaching program to help young professional women with building their assertiveness, their confidence, their self-esteem. And they're going to do like workshops with yoga and everything as well.
Okay. I think 𝗏𝗧𝗧's in that club, the Lady Boss Club. Yeah. 𝗏𝗧𝗧's in it.
No, I'm not.
I'm joking.
𝗏𝗧𝗧, I'm not sure I recruited you yet.
Not yet.
No, he's not in it. He's not a lady boss.
The brain has a very good capacity to quickly forget. So it happens.
Right. No, I'm just joking. But anyway, so we kind of run out of time now. So have you got anything that you want to leave us with? You've sent the link now on Zoom?
Yes, so
on
this
the
is
chat?
invitation. I haven't updated it on my website yet, but I will. So if you want to have a look at my website, here it is.
Mm-hmm.
I will update the event on it as well. I thought I had done it yesterday, but clearly I haven't.
So if people want to reach out to you, what's the best way?
So you can reach out to me. I can send you my email in here as well.
You have you don't have a calendar kind of
I do
online
have
calendar?
a calendar. You can see it on my website.
All right. Okay.
And Anka, yeah, I have you on LinkedIn.
But you've just recently met Anka then on a...
We met yesterday.
What was that? What were you on yesterday?
It's a woman entrepreneur networking event.
All right, okay. Yeah, 𝗏𝗧𝗧 wants to join that. It's full of women.
Only empowered women.
Sorry, only what?
Not make me
Empowered women.
Yeah, I want to be surrounded by empowered women. Can I join?
Yes, of course.
These days I watched on
Yeah. Yeah, 𝗏𝗧𝗧 wants to be in the lady boy one.
It was Churchill and his wife walking, and then a cleaning man approached his wife, and they chatted like they know for ages. And who was this? This guy. This guy, he was my boyfriend before I met you. Then maybe if I didn't meet you, maybe he was going to be my husband. See, then maybe if it happened, then he was going to no. So, but if I didn't meet you, he was going to be the Churchill. Like it was. I didn't put the words in a proper way. But in fact, it's very important who is the strong woman next to you to give you a good guide.
Right. And anyway, we digress. So we're just going to kind of wrap it up now. So just have you got any closing comments or anything before we finish this, Lily?
No, I'm good.
Right.
If
Okay.
you
So
reach out, I'm here.
okay. Well, it's been an absolute pleasure having you as a guest. We've learned
Yes,
a lot
thank you.
about you now. So if you just talked about your business, then kind of that is so what kind of thing. But now we know about you, then we can connect that to your business and understand why you do that, which to me is much more important, right? So for people, just for your information, we're going to change this then. So we're going to start quarter of an hour extra. So we're going to start early, just so we can have the chit chat, so we can really focus on having enough time. So you can join early if you want, but the program will actually start at 2:00. But if you join early, then that's the time you can have some chit chat before. And for people that want to continue the journey, so if they're like a guest speaker and they want to carry on kind of learning more about them and how they progress and everything else, then I've sent a link in there. So I've started kind of a group in the way that you can carry on that journey with them. Otherwise, the next week is another guest and then you quickly forget about the previous one. And then it is a way that we can all keep together and share that journey together, basically. Okay, so Lily, thank you once again. Thank you, Emily, if you're still there. for being a regular guest singer. Boyan will fill in for you. Emily, you said that you can't make it because you've got some camp coming up with the kids. So Boyan's going to fill in and do some singing. Aren't you, Boyan? Well, maybe he doesn't know that yet. And Charles, welcome. This is Charles's first time here. I spoke with Charles the other day, so welcome, Charles. Right. Oh, Charles, you're in South Africa, aren't you? In Johannesburg? No. Sorry, where? You're on mute.
Can you hear me?
Sorry?
Can you hear me?
All right. Because Paul,
Nigeria. I'm calling from Nigeria.
Nigeria. Okay. We've got Paul from Durban. Right. So Paul is in Durban. Right. You can see him. Can you see him, Charles?
I can see everybody.
Okay. Right. Anyway, join this. So join every week and then you'll get to see where people are from and you can have the chit chat. So if you come on early, you'd see the chit chat. So anyway, I'm just going to close this down now. So the recording will go, Lily, to you. Once I've processed it and it goes through YouTube, I'll give you a link. I thank you once again, everyone, for joining and being regular every week. And Paul, we've got dates now for you. If anyone cancels, I've got 4 weeks that are kind of blocked out because I've got an event that I haven't got the date set. So you could leap forward and come on early. And then for anyone that would like to be a guest, just let me know and then we'll just pencil you in a date of one Friday and then the feature will be on you. Okay. Right. So on that note, I wish everyone a wonderful weekend and look forward to seeing you all this time a little bit earlier next week. And I'll change the link as well to make it easy for everyone. Okay. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you so much, James.
You're welcome.
Wiedersehen. Bye bye.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.